What's up, YouTube? It's Cards with Michael. Today we're opening Dusk Till Dawn. It's pretty exciting. This is for our patron Francis, and let's get straight to it. Yeah, I mean, I haven't really opened this too much. Just got some prize packs from the pre-release. Do feel good about this set. I'm hoping we actually pull some of the interesting cards, like the Love You Back double-sided card. The card has been proven to be hard to open. But yeah, let's go ahead and do this. Dusk Till Dawn. Ciao. First pack, first box. Do like jamming straight to it. And we got... I kind of just skipped straight to it. I guess I shouldn't do that. Next pack, I won't do that. But we got a cool Luminar's Celestial Fury. This is our foil, and these are two rares. So these are supplementary packs. 10 cards per pack. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 commons. Then 8th card is always a rainbow foil. Could be any rarity. And after that, we have our 2 rares. All right. Now, the first rare could be something spicy. All right. But it wasn't in that case. And the second rare could be a non-foil Majestic. Okay, so there's going to be some things to look out for as we see them. I'll point them out. Got our 2 rares here. For those who are new to the game, the rarity is all in the bottom left. So here we have a common. That's a gray circle. And here we have a foil rare. A little subtle foiling on this one. And here we have our non-foil rare. That blue R dot, and another rare wall breaker. All right, let's keep going, cracking through these packs. And if you haven't opened a Flesh and Blood booster pack, these are paper packs, so they are biodegradable. First Majestic, a Lost in Thought. Very powerful Majestic. Would not be surprised to see this in play quite often by both Illusionists. All right, here we go. Next, we have a foil Slithering Shadowpede, a very, very good Levia Brute. Sorry, Levia staple. I do expect to see it as a 3 of in the Levia deck. It satisfies so many conditions. And our first legendary, the Diadem of Dream State. This is the rainbow foil version. You can tell that it is not extended art. And you can tell that it's rainbow foil because there is a bit of a rainbow sheen. I don't know if you can see that. When we open a cold foil, I'll show you guys. And that is an orange golden L for legendary. All right. So our first legendary has been opened. Can we get some more? Here we go. Got a foil here. It's a foil common. A couple of rares. We got the Angelic Wrath foil and a couple of rares. Lots of Grim Feasts. I feel like we pulled so many Grim Feasts. And we got our commons into a couple of rares again. All right. Let me keep going. Got our rares. And we do have another Majestic, the Prism Advent of Heroes. I'm a little sad that this card is a Majestic. I was hoping it would not be of Majestic rarity. Luckily, you can win a promo cold foil version. Those look sweet, but yeah. And we have an extended art Herald of Rebirth. This is non-foil. I'm actually quite excited about these being extended art and non-foil because I cannot really play with foils. Too scared to play with foils. Really just want to play with non-foils. Ooh. And here we do have our first cold foil. This is the Radiant Raiment. It is a cold foil common, but as you can see, there's no rainbow here. It's just a metallic sheen on the foiling. So hopefully we do pull an extended art legendary cold foil. I can show you that. Those look really sweet. Like honestly, probably my favorite cards of the set are the extended art cold foils, and they're not too expensive either. Although that could mean that they're also worth not that much money, but that's a different issue. What a surgical extraction here. Funny story, these were short printed in the set previous, and as a make good, they have been included kind of at a like a once per 2-box, 3-box-ish rarity in this new set. And that has effectively lowered the price quite a bit, as if basically it wasn't short printed. Basically, might even be overprinted at this point. Right, we do have another Majestic, the Figment of Erudition. All right, not too shabby. We'll keep going. Hoping for some extended art, legendaries. Those are kind of the sweet spots of the set. And also, of course, the Marvel Angels. Those are obviously very sweet as well. Here we go. We got Charge of the Light Brigade and Illumina Lance. A very powerful. It's just a light attack reaction, which actually gives it more potential of seeing play. It's the same guy from Celestial Cataclysm, and also very much looks like the guy from Enlightened Strike. So it's a cool callback to that guy. The next, we have the Riff Skitter and a couple of rares. Here we go. Light the way into got another Majestic, the Banneret of Courage. I do foresee this card seeing a lot of play in Bolton. I think it's a auto 3 of include, the best of the Banneret cycle, in my opinion. I think it's better than Quicken, because Quicken is an effect that isn't as hard to achieve, whereas Courage is a very hard effect in Bolton. Quicken because of the fact that, you know, Bolton's ability can give something go again as long as it's base power. The power of the attack is... The base power is higher than the power of the attack. But, you know, Courage tokens do something that Bolton's hero ability cannot do. Alright, on to the next. We got ourselves a Shading Swing and another extended art. We'll put the extended art to this side. It does fill me with excitement, but I do know some people that already have the max rarity foil promo version set, so maybe this is less interesting to them. But as I always say, more options is never a bad thing. All right, first box down. We did get a legendary, did get a cold foil, but didn't make our money back, so to speak. MSRP for these boxes is like $110, I believe, and so map is 88, which is more what I would expect you guys to pay, closer to map, in the US at least, than MSRP. As the market value for these boxes and Flesh and Blood in general has typically been dictated by the map. MSRP is just a number, basically. If they adjust, they're functionally adjusting the map. All right, Envelop in Darkness. I do foresee this being a staple. This is a rare. And speaking of Vincent staples, the Widespread Destruction, the existence of this card means that you should play differently against Vincent until all of them have been pitched or played or blocked with. So, Blessing of Salvation. All right, Coolio, and we got a couple of rares. On to the next. We got a foil Angelic Descent and a couple of rares. And this next pack, we got the foil Celestial Reprimand. Building Prism has been really difficult. Unsure if I should include these or not include these. Hack to Reality. Speaking of cards that are worthy because of Prism, Hack to Reality is a card that I would play if there were Prisms. All right, here we go. We got the Putrid Stirrings. All right, on to the next. We got the Putrid Stirrings again, and a couple of rares. I do foresee Putrid Stirrings, both red and blue, being in the Vincent deck, although I really have not been deck building very well. Like, I don't think I've been winning a lot. I assume that other people are just better at building decks than me. This is just not my forte. All right, on to the next pack. We got ourselves a foil Phantom Wraith, and a couple of rares. That Scepter of Pain is a very cool Runeblade one-handed weapon. Very interesting. All right, and we got some other stuff onto the next pack. Got the Angelic Wrath. Okay, on to the next pack. We got a very cool Majestic here. The Chains of Mephitis. Okay. That art is pretty sick, not gonna lie. The effect is overall quite powerful. Another interesting Majestic here. We got Oblivion. Lets you summon Nazareth, which of course is the playmat. Playmat is a Nazareth playmat from Legend Sorcerer Studios. Thank you guys so much for sending this over. All right. We got the Ram Raider and the Banneret of Gallantry. I do think this card is very, very good. I think the two Bannerets of Gallantry and Courage do make Boltyn a whole tier better, which is not bad. Depending on whatever Boltyn is, he's not worse. And I think one of his worst matchups being Oldhim. At least the Raiden version was not very good into Oldhim, in my opinion. The Sabers version was actually, I think, low-key nuts into Oldhim, but luckily Oldhim is gone, so it doesn't matter. Oh no, we got a repeat cold foil here. The Radiant Raiment. That is not exciting. I mean, that's not a fun experience for someone who purchases a case to see the same cold foil twice. That's the type of variance I would like to avoid. And here we have Tariq's spoiler, the Dabble in Darkness. Dabble, of course, rhymes with Rabble, and the card is very similar to Ravenous Rabble, except it doesn't have freaking a Go Again, which is like big question mark. Hello? Why not Go Again? Hello? Maybe there's something that they know that I don't. Wartune Herald, another blue one. I think that Wartune Herald is going to be the most popular Herald if you play new Luminaris, the new Luminaris, but once again, I am not having success in testing, so take my words with a grain of salt. All right, here we go. We got the Tributes to Legions of Doom. It is a cycle of commons. It's that and another tribute. And we got a Diabolic Offering, which is a pretty powerful blue. It's above rate for blue, but it also could be 0, so it's an interesting design, to say the least. All right. Levia or Levia did not get any blue 6s in the set, except Diabolic Offering can sort of be a blue 6. I don't know. All right, got another cool Majestic here, the Requiem for the Damned. All right, it's interesting. That's all I gotta say. When you stack Eloquence token triggers by playing things at instant speed, it is interesting to get those action points. It's just like, can you actually do something with those action points? Do something interesting and cool. All right, we are now in box number 3. We just don't have the spice yet. Hoping for the spice, my friends. Come on now. All right, here we go. Pack number 1, box number 3. We got a Shade and Scream and a couple of rares. Here we have a foil Battlefield Breaker and a couple of rares. And if I somehow miss a Majestic and I put it in the rare pile, let me know in the comments. Hey, we got a double Majestic pack. We first start with the Hold the Line Rainbow Foil. I do believe this card has underperformed in internal testing so far. And we got a Northern Winds, not even playable, Oldhim Specialization. Hold the Line did not perform very well. I don't think it is a card that I'm excited to draw. And if I arsenal it, I feel like I end up blocking 2 with it, which means probably not very good. When it's maybe sometimes the same value as blue immovable, it's not a place you want to be. Anyways, on to the next. Here we go. The Rift Skitter, Beaming Bravado, and a Widespread Ruin. This is going to be a staple in bin set. You start by playing the 9 cards that are majestic, or 3 copies of each of the 3 majestic Rune Gate cards, and then you start designing the rest of the deck. And I think that's kind of cool for a new hero, but I do think just somehow he is likely broken and I just don't know how to build it. It's just me. It's not him. Blistering Assault, we got the Rainbow Foil. We got one of my favorite weapons in the game right now, the Hell Hammer. This turning off Blood Debt for Levia is the coolest thing. I had to read the original Levia twice to understand that that was intentional. Meanwhile, Rugged Roller is a card that is not my favorite. I know people are building decks with it, but that ain't me. It's not how I want to live. I just don't want to live and die by the dice roll. Although I have played Fi, so you could argue I was living and dying by the dice roll then, and I didn't even have Game Player's Gloves, so yeah. Anyways, just burned through a few packs. All we got were the foil and the 2 rares. Box number 3. Ooh, we got a great one. This is my favorite actual piece of card from the set. Kind of an interesting little foil pattern there, but Starstruck. I'll call back to, of course, Starvo, who is a living legend now. But this card is kind of like the extra glue that Bravo really needed. And I'm glad to see it. I am glad to see it. Hey, here's a card that I really haven't seen pulled very often. The adult version of Prism Awakener of Soul. It's just so hard to see this card. Like, you need it, I guess, to play Prism in CC, and it's kind of hard to pull. I guess after all the promo versions of her are given out, it'll be better. Decimator Great Axe, probably one of the best weapons. Like, if you could only pick one weapon, this would be one of the better ones. It's obviously on rate, but also very, very hard to block. It gives like a more fatigue style warrior kind of like a win condition, but the problem is warrior doesn't have the disruptive elements. So if you're trying to set up against warrior because they're just decimator great axing you, it's a little bit like, you know, better. But warrior does have ways to like attack with that axe twice, buff the axe, like that are still somewhat on rate. So it's an interesting concept, and I'm not sure we're going to see too much of it, but I wouldn't be surprised if people tried. All right, box number 3, still we're dry. We haven't seen a cold foil or a legendary yet. These boxes are like really feast or famine. We've opened boxes with 2 marbles in the box, and we've opened boxes with no cold foil at all. Herald of Rebirth Yellow. This one might not see much play. Rebirth is probably the worst of the cycle. We did get a cold foil. It is a frontline plating. Very nice cold foil, but not what we're looking for. It is a rare cold foil. Box 3 has 2 packs left. Come on, box. Come on, Marvel. Come on, Fable. Another Majestic, the Hold the Line, this time in non-foil. And the last pack of box number 3. We got the Rainbow Foil Shaden Swing. All right. Box number 4. Here we go. Dusk Till Dawn. All right. This is for all the marbles. We're hoping to hit the legendary, the marbles, all the marbles. Extended art, cold foil, all that nonsense, you know? Really hoping we see it here. If we don't, I'll be sad. All right. On to the next box. So far, so bad. Did get a Majestic here, the Bellona. Archangel of War. Figment of War. Courage Token, not really what New Prism needs, but it is some value. It is some value. All right. The Bologna flip side is actually quite powerful, but that's something else, you know? We got the Tear Through the Portal. Unsure if this card will see play. It costing 0 is quite nice. It is somewhat on rate, but it is very, very disruptible. Don't really want to get disrupted by Icelander. On to the next pack. We got a Lost in Thought. That is a repeat. We had one of these earlier. Still very powerful attack action. Or sorry, non-attack action. Ooh, we got a fun one. Oh, hey. All right, we'll put this. This is a beautiful, beautiful Rainbow Foil Majestic. We'll take a look at that maybe later. But we did get a Marvel. Got the Figment of Erudition. Sleeve it up and show you the backside. A beautiful Soraya Archangel of Erudition. These have been about roughly 1 per case, so we were due one of these. I'm really glad we got one. And that's a nice one, guys. That's a nice one. Really happy to see that. And we got some rares. And some more rares. And we got another Majestic, the Chains. Let's look at that Alluring Inducement one more time. Just a beautiful foil. All right, and the Chains of Mephitis. All right, on to the next. Here we go. We got a foil and 2 rares. And on to the next. I think we could get a Legendary Extended Art to really round out this box. That would be hype. Instead, we're just getting a bunch of Wall Breakers and Vile Inquisitions. Okay. All right. Did get another cold foil, the Cloak of Darkness. This one is probably the only one that's not really going to see as much play. Actually, no, I take this back. This will see play against Wizard when you don't want to play the Carrion Husk. It's basically functionally Spell Void 2. I think the Darkness equipment cycle is actually quite powerful because of the fact that you can functionally use it like defense reactions that have the last say, and that's really cool. Got another non-foil Herald. 5 to 7 actually has been kind of the average, I believe, from other box breakers. Bequest the Vast Beyond, Viserai Specialization. It's like they print that and then they make sure everyone knows Skeleta will never exist again. R.I.P. Skeleta. R.I.P. All right. On to the next. We have another copy of Banneret of Courage, which once again, I do think it is a staple. Would not be surprised. I would be surprised, actually, if I ever see a Bolton deck not running the max copies. Hey, we got a little Scowling Flesh Bag, another legendary here, Rainbow Foil. Very nice. And last 3 packs. Ripman, couple rares. Last 2 packs. Hey, my spoiler card, that Northern Winds, the pesky Northern Winds again. Finally, last pack, Magic. What do we end on? We got just some cards. All right, guys, that is the case opening. Hope you had a good time. And if you like this type of content, you know, do the usual, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll see you on the next one.